Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday. I just figured why not just take Tuz with me because she was standing next to me and meowing. So let's just start the week with some spanks. Hello, everyone. How are we doing? What have we been up to? You made it through another week. I'm so proud of you. Seriously. Oh, come on. Ain't I up? Up? No? Okay. Okay. Ah, here I am. Here I am. Gosh. Time feels weird. Oh no, I thought I had appeased you. This is not ideal. Too soon. I can't, okay. I'm gonna say hello. Hello, let's bound. Ow, 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 ow. Hold on. You're standing on my hair, baby. Ow, get out. Thank you. Go play with this or something. Here. What's this? Look, I got one of those. There's a ball in there, but Tuz doesn't understand it quite yet. Let's bound. You actually set your alarm clock. Oh my gosh. How are you? How was your week? Gnarly. Amazing, amazing. Hello, cupcakes. How are you doing? How was your week? Mario. And so I try. Happy Sunday. Hello, hello, Carp. Together we made it. We made it even though we had our backs up against the walls. Seriously? So, hi gaming. Go to sleep, bruh. Go to sleep. Why? It is like 15 past 1 in the afternoon. Are you okay, gaming? Yeah, are you okay? Dark, thank you so much for the sub. Hi, welcome in, Cupcake. Thank you so much. Oh, I hope you had a good week, everyone, and took a lot of time for yourself. Maybe ate a little bit more chocolate than you usually do, or maybe some ice cream. I have to say, I am losing my appetite for pizza, and that is truly, it's abhorrent. It's abhorrent. But I guess that's a good excuse to start making my own again. I didn't do a lot this week. I'll admit that I did film a video for Saturday, for yesterday, for over on YouTube because we had the raffle for the book club. But I just didn't have it in me to do work related things. Like even reading, I have to admit, barely. Yesterday I pushed myself through the ending of Flawless. Oh my god. Who submitted that? Who submitted Flawless by Elsie Silver and can we please find out if she is the one who wrote those books, because I have questions. I have a lot of questions. It was a hate read, and I think I skipped. Can I reach it? I always do this. The things that I do want to talk about. I mean, we're going to talk about it in full during the wrap up on the last Sunday of the month. And it's a good thing that I ended up having no tabs, because Winston was sleeping on top of it and I didn't want to wake him. This ended up being a hate read, like an actual hate read. It was so bad. It was so bad. I'm so confused. I am convinced. Like this is the. I mean, I know. I haven't had a response from Twitch. I don't know. Okay, what kind of bug I have stumbled upon, but they haven't answered yet. They have escalated the situation with the flipped camera apparently to higher ups, to another team. They posted it in some kind of board, an internal board. I don't know what they're doing. I haven't heard back. This is just upsetting. But this is Flawless by Elsie Silver, one of the book club book picks of this month. This is toxic. This is not a strong female character, and this is not a gentleman. This is a really weird book. And I need to talk about this as soon as possible, which is the last Sunday of the month. Also started this, but I think, hold on, I forget. I think well, basically, I think this is where I stopped actually reading, because I was like, you. No, even before that, I was already skipping. I was already just like skimming. Like, I was so upset. Like, I don't know. We'll talk about it in the last Sunday of the month. But just so you know, if you want to pick this up, it's about a cowboy, and he has gotten himself in trouble. He's had a 10-year rodeo career, and he's really in the last stretch, but he wants to win this championship. But he sucker punched someone who sort of deserved, not entirely, but sort of deserved it. So now he needs to stay out of trouble. And in order to keep him in line, his manager sends his daughter, who is also part of the firm, like, to him. And she basically has to move into his parental ranch because they have a ranch naturally, and she has to make sure that he doesn't get into trouble. But naturally, it's smut. It is smut. Let me tell you, skipped a lot, and Elsie Silver on her website says that she loves writing about strong female characters and romantic books about strong female characters and great book boyfriends. This is not a great book boyfriend. He waltzes over all her boundaries. She says no, and he doesn't care. And then when he is on top of her, she gives in. He's like, well, that gives me permission. No, sir, that's not how it works. She said no. She wants to be professional. She says don't hold my hand in public, because I power dynamic, your career. That's why I'm here. And he doesn't care. And the worst part is, at the end, they're like, well, at least she doesn't let you walk all over you, says his brother to the guy. And I'm like, what? What is happening? My notes are insane on this book. I have to write a little conclusion still, and I hope that I can publish my notes on Flawless tonight. But I need to let it sink in for a little bit. I read the last bit last night. Well, quite a lot, actually. How many pages do I have on notes? And the fact that I have 3 pages full of just notes. That's a lot for a silly little book. But I have to do a little bit more research, because I don't believe this was written by a woman. I cannot believe this was written by, and if it was, this is a good showcase of what is happening to women and how brainwashed we are, because she has the ratings of all these books are absolutely madness. I I'm upset about it, clearly. And I haven't. I mean, this happened last night, and then I closed it, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna continue with something else, and I did. And so far, this is a little bit more pleasant, but I'm only like 20 pages in, so I can't know. I can't know yet. This is Flawless by Elsie Silver. Loop, hi, how are you doing? This was one of the book club books. We have a little book club. And every month I pull 2 books from our jar, which is currently standing over there, and you have the invitation to join me with either one of the books, maybe 2, but I read both of them always. And they're all viewer submissions. You can do that through cherry points, channel points. But if you go to my YouTube, you can also find a Google Doc sheets for the submissions, because I think because of SiriBot, what is it? I've got a bot. I think that makes it that you can't do anything when I'm not online, not live, not even like submit books. But you can submit your books if you want. This was a submission. This was a submission, and I read them. I learn a lot. Not just about myself, but like what kind of books are out there. It helps me get into genres that I might not have considered otherwise, and sometimes it's a huge success, but I am not a fan of smut. Like I don't need to be there, okay? I don't you close the door, fade to black, next scene. So I don't read that anymore. It's not necessary, especially this one. This did not read like what it just didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. Just like Gabriel's Inferno was written by a woman. Loop, actually, I told Aaron like Gabriel has nothing on this dude, because at least Gabriel admits that he's a douchebag, but he says, "I'm a gentleman," and then proceeds to, be actually violent and cross all her boundaries and risk her career. At least Gabriel admitted that he knew what he was doing. This guy is just like, I don't care. I want you. He's possessive. It's toxic. Oh my God. So yeah, it was a hate read, and I'm so worried. I'm so worried because if you go to the author on Goodreads and you look at all her other books, the ratings are so high, and I don't want to. I really don't want to read anymore, but I'm afraid I have to, just like with the Jeff Noon Vert. Is this a pattern, or was this just unfortunate? But to me, this feels like a covert. Colleen Hoover is her name, right? Oh, Loop, you've no idea. Like the guy. I could see at the end. There's this at the. I mean, things are coming together and falling apart at the same time. I could see from 3 pages, literal pages ahead, that he was gonna sucker punch someone. That's not okay. You're not a gentleman. Oh, so dark. Yeah, we have a book club if you want to join. Oh my gosh, I really did not work. Did I? I didn't do. I'll do it to extreme. I didn't make any new channels. I didn't make the prompts. I'm so sorry. These are the books that we're reading this month. So I've already read Flawless. I gave it 4 stars. If you don't know, I actually give everything 5 stars unless I have a moral or ethical reason outside of my emotional response to not. This is a good reason to not, because this was. No, I really need to think a little bit more, but let me tell you, I'm gonna go off. When is it? When are we talking about this fully? Oh, it's a short month. 2 weeks. 2 weeks from now, on the 22nd, we're gonna talk about these 2 books. And also, I saw some caps lock. What is happening? Kevlar! Thank you. Everyone, you look beautiful today. Don't forget. I can't tell if you are young or old. It's confusing me. I'm so sorry you're confused, but that is my charm. Yeah, I lose my pizza after appetite also? What? Did I say that? It could be. It could be. Ice cream is always a good idea. 200. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome in. Hope you had a good week, or at least a reasonable good week. This one I just started. And it did start a bit worrying because I came out of this, like, instantly came out of this. I had to skip so much smut. Like, and what was this again? Also, like, the way he describes, the way no, I'm not going to talk about this yet. Wait till 22nd. Combination age, gray hair is the new 30. We're all under too much stress. Yeah, we are. I can't function fully. I really, I'm trying. Um, yeah, I'm gonna just bring it up because I did wanna bring it up at some point. I might as well just get it out of the way. So we all know that the files have been dropped, and just so you know, that's not even everything. There's still some to be released. Even though not everyone in there is automatically, a predator, we should remember that a lot of these are just allegations and not followed up on. But the response should also tell you something, and the fact that the perpetrators were redacted while literal, victim details were released. That's not incompetence, right? But aside from that, because I'm not looking, just so you know, I'm not looking for these files. I am not. I do fact check because I have found a few people who don't have a huge following who are just sleuths, right? And I do fact check every once in a while just to see if they're still doing the right thing. But what I do mostly is I have been in the comments just because I am. Well, I want to feel the temperature of how are people responding? Are people okay? Because if you don't come from a history of trauma, this is your entire reality is shattering. I can't imagine the fractured egos that are currently just all over the walls in every part of the world from the information that was there all along. Um, and what I'm struggling most with is, I think, the mixed emotions that I have about the people who are so quick to dismiss the victims because they're laughing and they seem to have fun. Hi, Avgas. How are you doing? Are you? Is it your birthday, or are you just being happy that it's Sunday could be? A lot of people are saying, well, they seem to be having fun when it comes to videos where you don't see them, but they're, there's this video that someone is dancing with the creep, but one in particular, a lot of people were saying they're just playing a game, they're having fun, they're laughing, and that is one where there's two redacted girls in a kitchen with a huge kitchen island, right? Oh, okay. I did not realize that quite yet. Good morning. Um, and Epstein is standing on that island and he jumps off and he starts to, chase her, right? And she's laughing, sort of. But if you listen really closely, she's not. She's out of breath. Her breath is basically up in her freaking nose because she's in a panic state. She's not having fun. She's laughing because she's scared. And I can give you a personal experience with this. Someone did that to me in that video where he's chasing a girl around in the kitchen and she's laughing. I was at a party where a man who was about 10, 12 years older than me, this was in my early 20s, even older, I think, because I think he was basically 40, if not in his 40s. He was in his 40s, too old for me, and I was not interested, and he started to do that. And there were other people, and I was immediately freaked out because I saw his eyes. I saw his intention. So I tried to put furniture between me and him, and anything to make clear to him that I am not enjoying this. I told him verbally, I am scared. Please stop. He didn't stop because it was a game. You're laughing. He was laughing, so I started to laugh as well. Because two reasons. One, you can't believe in that moment that what you're seeing is actually real. Is this man actually hunting me? Surely it was a game, right? He's not going to hurt me. Of course he's not going to hurt me. So let me laugh to show that de-escalate is what you're trying to do. But also, you're trying to make clear to that man that you don't understand what he wants. You're laughing because you're trying very hard to show him that it is a game, right? Keep it a game because to him it isn't. But if I laugh, if I pretend that it's a game, maybe he'll have to give it up at some point because I'm not giving him what he wants. This man physically threw chairs out of the way to try and get to me. And my laughing was more screaming at that point. And he only stopped because a female friend stepped in between and said that maybe she's had enough. No one else. And there were way more men at the party than there were girls. So if you look at those videos of these girls laughing, understand that that is one of the only tools they had and were allowed to have to try and keep themselves safe. So when I read these comments, when people say, well, they're laughing, they were having fun, I have two thoughts, and it's really hard to keep these two in my brain. One is, I'm so grateful that you do not understand, that you have never had a moment in your life where someone was actually trying to hunt you, that you've never seen that in their eyes, that you've never seen someone, like, it goes black. It's so hard to describe, but you see it in their eyes. These girls didn't have anything but their literal voices. They laughed to try and de-escalate, to seem innocent, to seem as not a danger. In fact, maybe if I laugh and if I am charming enough, maybe he won't hurt me. That is what you're doing. If you're in a situation like that and you're laughing, you're pretending to have fun, you're trying to make sure that it doesn't escalate. So I understand when people say, well, it looks like they're having fun. But please, if you see these comments and you have the time, space, energy, or the opportunity, if you come across people saying like this, remind them of the story I just told you. That if just because you have never experienced something and will never and can't imagine, doesn't mean that what you see and perceive is reality. If you are not trauma informed, don't deny what they're saying. Don't say they were having fun, because that is so re-traumatizing. In fact, I've been very much triggered by a lot of comments, because that's the things that they would say to me about my childhood, or when I had been bothered by a guy, or if I'd been groped by a guy somewhere in public by some kind of stranger. But you were laughing. Yes, because I'm scared. I'm tiny. I weigh maybe 45 kilograms on a good day. I have nothing to say. If a guy wants to actually hunt me, what am I going to do? Because no one really helped. Just this one girl at some point, but it took a long time. When furniture started to get, pushed aside with violence, that was when someone stepped in between. And that look in his face, he was so frustrated and so angry, but he couldn't show that, because then he would have showed that it was not a game. And I don't know what would have happened. I don't know what would have happened if there had not been anyone. So that's really hard for me to be confronted with all these people who, just because they cannot imagine, because they have been so privileged and protected and safe, that they deny that these people, listen, you don't want to know what is in those files. You really don't want to know. If they can't believe this, oh my God. Yeah, indeed, Dark Age of Consent. And the grooming is so insidious and so slow. They smell who they pick fragile, vulnerable young people, not just women, people, because Sasha Riley, one of the many, I mean, it makes me think about 30 Reasons Why Justin was so misunderstood to this day. Make me so angry, because those people just don't understand the dynamics of abuse, of what it means to be groomed, of what it means when your safety depends on you not triggering violence. And on one hand, I'm glad that you didn't. But what is upsetting is that they don't then go on to deny that experience. Don't do that. It's okay if it's hard to believe. That's pretty normal. It's pretty normal to be like, wait, this is impossible. They were doing what? Cream cheese is what? Pizza is what? What do you mean shrimp? I could go on. So I get that. But don't deny the experience of these victims because you perceive them to have fun, because you have never been in a situation where you had to fight for your life and your survival, because that's what they're doing in all of these videos. And I don't know how to deal with that yet, because and like I said, if someone doesn't understand my story, I'm so relieved in one hand, because that means you did not go through the same or something similar. And that is what I want. I would rather you don't understand and I feel a little bit lonely than you do understand. And I have to know that you hold the same pain that I do. I would rather you didn't understand. But don't discount my experience. Don't say that it didn't happen. Don't say that I'm lying. That's so re-traumatizing. That is what has been happening all these years. And now the whole world is on top of it. That is the worst. I feel like that is even worse than even the videos being out there, being unredacted, unprotected, just their identities out there for all the creeps in the world to find. Even if they are deleted after that. Once it's out there, it's out there. We all know this. I think what is even worse is that there's such a huge, huge chunk of society who's just unwilling to believe and unwilling to do a little bit of research, because this is, you can easily find out what happens, what fawning is. Easily. And I would bet that most people even already know what fawning is. That is fawning, people. That is fawning. I don't get that. I never got that, like that. Oh, I have never experienced that. So what you're saying must not be true. As if I am God, as if I am the sun. No. What is that? What is that? So, if you hear people say that, in particular, that well, they seem to be having a good time. Please try, if you have it in you. If you don't, just ignore it. It's better to just let them go and spend your energy somewhere else. But if you could pay it forward, what I'm giving you here, that would be not only helpful for me, because I still get that. I am still unable to in real life tell people my full story in one go, because it's just unbelievable, and I get that. Try to tell them about fawning, and that laughing is a tool to de-escalate. I've been trying to do that too, but it's so many people. I don't have the energy. Lastly, I said last week, I think, must be last week, that be careful if you download things. Now, it's come to my attention that there are huge chunks of code in some files, in some of the files, which could be fixed and thus reveal the video and or image that is in there. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay? Because it wouldn't surprise me if that was the trap that I was talking about earlier, that they're going to make it so that if you download the files, now you have, you know, stuff on your computer that is illegal, and now they can get you. Don't do that. Let other people who have like a team around them do that. Because downloading it from the website is one thing, but if you then intentionally start to decode things that are hiding possibly illegal things, at that point there's intent. So be careful. Be careful. Aranda! Hi! Oh my god, 26 months. Okay, have a good lurk. I'm just talking about silly stuff again. Again! It's not gonna stop, and I'm not gonna stop either. I'm so sorry. Meeting. Ooh, I'm not jealous. 13 Reasons Why is amazing. It was horrid, and that's why it's amazing. I hate that they changed the end scene. That was the most important one. But I swear, if you want to watch 13 Reasons Why, please pay a little bit more attention to the dynamic between the bad guy and Justin. because he is, oh man, he breaks my heart. He was basically in the same situation as a lot of these girls were. He had no choice. Hype train. Oh God. Wait. Thank you for the gift sub, Gnarly. Witlofsalade. Hallo. Waarom witlofsalade? Eeuw. Sorry, ik wil je niet beledigen, maar het laatste wat ik verwacht was vandaag. Thank you for the follow. Wait, what is happening? Oh, that's the gift sub? Oh no. Everything, has there been another update? I'm so confused. There's things happening. Ah! Bezreal, hello. What? So you're what? Click every download button I see for free. Yeah, sure. Sure. If only. If only. Hi, Wisdom. How are you doing? I believe that. I believe that. Bitlof Salada. God dang it. Stupid. It's stupid in the best way possible. I hope you know that. Loop! Thank you for the gift sub. To Wisdom. Oh, there you go. What is happening? Scurvy piratey barnacles. Okay. I'm overwhelmed. Are you saving your viewers from accidentally acquiring friendly charges? Always, Wisdom. Always. Don't worry. Because listen, things are wild. I don't get this. How did we end up in the actual Hunger Games? What happened? When did this happen? I say it's when my camera flipped. That's when it went off rails. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Loop. Since underwhelming energies. Actually, Gnarly, I've been spending a lot of time sitting on the floor. And if you are not someone who does that generally, you should try it. If you feel overwhelmed, go sit on the floor. Just sit on the floor. If you have pets, bonus points because they will love it. If you do that, they always join me when I'm doing yoga as well. It's adorable. Klaus Schwab ate my... Klaus Schwab? Who is that? Oh, wait, is that your kitty? Can sit on the floor, cats get me? What? That's the point, Wisdom. That's the point. When I was in high school, I came up with the idea to, and it exists now actually, to instead of dog therapy, just lock lock people in a room with either kittens or dog puppies for like an hour, and I feel like that can fix a lot of problems in the world. Spend enough time sitting in the corner. No, don't sit in the corner. Don't put yourself in the corner, Gnarly. Just on the floor. There's a point to do it. They love it. My cats love it when I sit on the floor. I don't know. They just join me with it's adorable, especially with yoga. If they do a downward dog as well, I'm like, what is this? What is this? In red pen. I feel like I'm missing a joke. Is this a meme? Is this a meme? Don't meme me. I'm grandma. I don't get memes. I'm awfully up to date on the news lately though, and it's really upsetting. I wanted to check something real quick. Let me see, because I do have some thoughts on grandmama. I said it like the girl from the courts. Oh, I'm sure you remember the girl in some court, and why was she there? But she said meme or mimi. Sorry. This is so annoying. I need answers from Twitch. I'm so done with the flipped freaking camera. What? Do you know how much time that takes? Because now I have to download all the all the VODs. Then I have to mirror them, and then I have to export them. But they're like 3 hours long. Do you know how many hours I can't do anything with? I can't. Twitch, please, please, just give me the option to flip it. Is it that hard? Can someone tell me? Is that really that hard? Can't they just give me the option to flip the camera? Mario. Oh, context to difficult events. Oh, I'm happy to. I could. And I would love to give more context because I feel like it would be helpful for a lot of people. Um, yeah, again, like if you don't understand something, great, actually, amazing. If you don't understand the trauma, if you don't understand the trauma responses, I'm so relieved that you weren't scarred that way. But don't discount other people's testimonies because you don't know. You don't know. That's it. No, well, okay. So did Twitch give you any new sagely advice? No, they didn't. Loop. I basically cleaned out my entire phone. Everything is up to date, and I showed them all the info they needed because if they wanted like what kind of system do I use? What is everything updated? What is my storage? They wanted to know how much storage I had, so I redacted a lot of things so they couldn't actually see my details. But yeah, my phone was completely empty. And it's just I don't know. I don't understand. And they immediately escalated it. I didn't even get another answer. They were like, okay, we're going to put it through to the team and we're going to make a post on I think an internal something. I don't know. But actually I should probably maybe check out that website because there's a website where you can check out tickets from other people, right? Isn't there? So no, I just have to wait. I have to wait. Yeah, don't read the news. That was like a weird bad movie script. I know Bezrel, but you know what? It's very important to stay up to date at the moment. Because the thing is, the reason that we got here is because for too long we either assumed that someone else would fix it or that it wasn't that bad, or we just didn't do anything. That is why we are now in this mess, because for too long too many people looked away or chose money over morals and power over the lives of other people. For too long we have done that, and I am afraid that we can't do that anymore. Now, be careful where you get your news. Try to fact check if you hear something that is very far removed from your bed, with which I mean that you can't possibly have your own information on already. Don't just take the word of the people that you see on your screens. You are very much allowed to look it up yourself. Don't use ChatGPT. Don't use AI. You can do it yourself. Keep asking questions. See, 10 years ago, the women and the girls in the US did not and could not foresee that in this year abortions would be illegal, right? That right over our own bodies would be taken away again, because we just got that. We just got the right to decide whether we are able to carry and take care of a baby. That right was taken away from us. And I'm pretty sure that 10 years ago, women and girls in America, in the USA, looked at girls and women in Asia and in say India and thought, that could never happen to me, that could never happen here. We have rights, we are civil. And look at it now. So I am very, very much aware of the fact that I was already, but if it can happen in one country, it can happen in another country. But I, as a European, have now seen that the rights of women are very easily taken away again. And if it can happen in the USA, it can happen in Europe. So not looking at the news is really not an option for me. Not doing whatever I can to support the people in the USA and the women in the USA and the minorities in the USA, even though it's small, spreading the word, sharing, liking, it's tiny. But for one, it gives me a little bit of power back, especially in these days, because I don't know about you, but I feel horribly powerless knowing what I know now thanks to those stupid files. Or what has been confirmed now thanks to the stupid files, because we already knew. We knew this. We knew this. We've known this. I am now still privileged, just like the people in the USA were. It is so much harder for those people to now turn back and get their rights back for the women than it is for me to keep them. But if I want to keep my rights, I have to make very sure that it doesn't escalate even further over there, don't I? Because the Netherlands is pretty cozy with the USA as well. And my personal experiences in the last few years with authorities, being a woman, have been very creepy and are being reframed with everything that's going on in the last few months. If I want to remain privileged, it's very important that I make sure that I fight for those who are not. And that's not everyone's thing, all right? That's not everyone's thing. Not everyone could do that. If you are not able to look at the news, don't do it. You don't need to see those files to know what is in there. There's other people who have already seen it. There's already people who are going into actual psychosis because they cannot understand what is happening, the lie that they have lived under, especially those who are very dependent on religion. I don't know. It's stupid of people to think that it has nothing to do. It has everything to do with me. We can read the news. Could we? They would not lie. No, never. They would never lie. I don't trust legacy media for a lot of reasons. Hi, Blue. How are you doing? AI will never answer political questions with any sort of expedience or accuracy. After all, the people that own AI are the same people that are in the files. Exactly, wisdom. Throwing that wisdom around again. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, I did have something as well, but I missed it. I'm sorry. I missed the jest. What is that? Is that a frog? I feel like that is pretty on the nose. Um, I'm a good person? What do you mean? Look, makes a nice change to someone. It makes a nice change to someone passionate about wanting to be nice. I don't see it much, unfortunately. No, I know. Like, just stupid things. People are really weird at the moment, and I don't get it. I don't get it. Is it really that hard? I mean, no, I do get it. See, I have always felt like the people who rule your country are your guideline for how you are supposed to behave, which is what royalty in this day and age is kind of representing. You represent your country, and thus you model what you want your country to be. So if you lay that over the USA, then I get it. I get why people are behaving the way they do, because they have been given permission by the one who is ruling the country. If that person is behaving like that, then the rest of the country can do so much worse. So I get it. Their example is so screwed. It's like when parents curse, their kids are gonna curse as well, and in fact they're gonna do it worse because they're kids. They're kids. They want to push boundaries. They want to see when the adults are gonna get upset. So if you curse, your kid is gonna do it in inappropriate places just to see what happens. And that is kind of not in the literal sense, but that is how I see the layers of society as we have structured it now in a patriarchy. If the one who is ruling the country is completely unhinged, what do you expect of the ones who are following that person? Well, I'm not surprised. Now that I'm not upset, but I'm not surprised. But none of it. And that's possibly more upsetting. There are good people though. There are nice people, but I'll say I am currently also not nice when I go outside because it's not safe for me to go to do that. I am so done being hunted by these weird men that are often married. I I can't be nice anymore. I am to, like, generally, but I have to say I've been practicing my I am dead inside face. So I don't have to do other things to protect my safety. It's really ridiculous. It's worse. Hi Shrek. It's worse. I've seen people say that Watergate is nothing compared to this. Hi, Phil. And I want to welcome Oliasis and Sky. If I say your name wrong, please let me know what you want me to do with your username, and I will adjust. Thank you so much for the follows. Welcome in. I hope everyone is taking good care of themselves. Lighting candles and making a nice cup of tea, maybe with a little drop of extra adult stuff in there, because it's Sunday anyway. Um Listen to music and turn off the world every once in a while. I really think it's so important to stay up to date of the surface. Let me just put it like that. That you understand without too much emotion, without putting too much of your own person into it. As in, I don't want to believe this. I don't want this to be the world that I live in. I don't want to wrap my head around the fact that the entire world is run by these people. Whether they do all the heinous things or not, they are colluding together. This is why if I find out that someone is shady, I don't want to hang out with them anymore. I don't care even if I am completely innocent and don't do crap. If they are and I hang out with them, I condone their behavior. If I don't do anything about it. If someone is being racist and I hang out with them and I don't say anything about it, then I don't mind people being humiliated for the color of their skin or their country of origin. Clearly, I'm doing the same thing, and even worse. The witness, in my experience, when I was bullied, being bullied was bad, but the fact that there was a whole classroom not doing shit, teachers not doing shit, that is the worst part, because you know that you won't, no one is gonna help you. And if you are being bullied, you are weak already, apparently, because that's why you're being bullied, you're some kind of target. Who's gonna help you? No one. That is even worse. I promise you, not having anyone, people witnessing your pain and not even caring, that I have no words. That hurts so much. So when is the A2 Cordovan show a photograph of Jeffrey Epstein's wiener? Wait, no, wasn't it like, was something nasty? I don't know. This has been happening for all of human existence. People are selfish and evil in general. You know what? That doesn't mean that we should keep going, right? Because slavery was going on for a long time as well, and we managed to stop that. So I don't care. I don't care that things have been going on forever. Just the fact that they're mutilating women because for some reason they think that if they got away all that is down there, then I don't know. I don't even know. Is that okay? Or should we maybe do something about that? The fact that there are little girls being cut with unsterilized knives, often in some bush somewhere, by some old lady. And they got away everything. Look it up yourself. They got away everything. No, no painkillers, no anesthesia. What is it? No painkillers, nothing. They just drag little girls into a bush. They cut away everything. And for the rest of her life, she will have pain with urinating and intercourse. This is hell. Should we not do anything about that? Because it's been going on for such a long time anyway. And anyway, I am not hurt by that yet. Should we do it? Michael replied, Tom Cruise standing at a mighty 5 feet 2 inches of my. Wait, isn't he tiny? Did you know that you helped me out a lot? You guys are the only ones making me feel welcome. Thank you so much for making me feel loved. Oh, Shrek, you are loved. You are important. Everyone is important. Sometimes we're a little bit silly and we might not always agree, but we're all important and you are so very much loved. I'm glad you found your way here. Unicorn Therapy! I love that name. I love that name. I have not read what you said yet, but I'm going back to blue first. Hello. All I can say is that I am a blue dot in a sea of red. When I have a conversation with someone, I run the risk of becoming as brain dead as they are. It is a constant struggle. I feel that, Blue. I feel that in my bones. Okay, let me see what you said. If that were the case, there wouldn't be opposition. It just seems people chase their ideas and dreams, and that is not inherently evil. Yeah, it's there's a lot of gray in this situation, but there are a few people, there are videos and pictures out there that absolutely condemn them. Now, what's also worrying is that those who were always pacifist and those who are breaking the worst are now calling for the same violence to be brought upon these perpetrators. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with lowering yourself to the same level. I truly believe that that will only plant seeds for future hate and evil to grow. You can't fight fire with fire. Yes, there should be consequences, but there should not be an emotion attached to the punishment of these people. Because if we do allow that, that is the same. It's the same base. It doesn't matter if your evil eventually grows out into the exploitation of Mother Earth or other people. You still sow the seed for evil things to happen. And that is also very, I get it though, because this is horrendous. And the fact that it has been known for so long and nothing has been done. In fact, now it's out there and still nothing is being done. I get it. But if you feel like you want to respond with violence, I beg of you, do not do that, because you can't take that back. You then also have blood on your hands, either symbolically or actually. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. But it's completely understandable, just so you know that I get it. And I have said and felt certain emotions as well. And Erin isn't here, but I think I said about someone that I wanted to rip their balls off. I said that, but I didn't mean it. I wish I did sometimes. I couldn't actually. Like, but there are people who mean it, and that is also very dangerous. We can't do that, people. We can't. Forgiveness isn't necessarily about forgiving someone for their crimes. It's mostly about making sure that you do not carry hate with you. That is more important. Forgiveness doesn't mean that they get away with it. It just means that you will not allow their evilness and their hate to seep into your heart. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Yes, it is a flawed methodology, but wisdom, you see it now. The whole world is thinking in black and white. Your name in the files, done. Ramon, what do you mean, Gnarly? Walking in the woods, foraging, and music is my therapy. Shrek, I found out that I'm not allowed to forage here. I mean, I'm sort of, but like, I have to have one tiny little plastic bag, a little container, and we were allowed to take like 50 grams or something. I didn't know. So jealous. What are you collecting, Shrek? Being bullied does not automatically equate to being weak. Case example, John Rambo was bullied by cops in the movie First Blood. He later went on to destroy the entire town. Well, you feel weak. You feel weak. I probably said that poorly. You feel very weak, and it's. I think now I roll it around in my brain. It's probably learned helplessness eventually. If you don't have the tools to make it stop, which I didn't. I thought I deserved it. I felt like I deserved it, and also I did have an understanding of the psychology of bullies. For one, they're probably having a hard time at home and exhibiting behavior that is being done to them. Insecurity, um, chemical imbalance. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Norlene. I've seen one Rambo movie when I was like 16. So, but yes, I see that. We should do something. Those who choose to not to do the same and go against it and speak up are doing what they can. I am proud of you for doing that here. Thank you, Israel. I look. I everyone has a role to play. I wanna say that here. There are people who are meant for the front lines, and there are people who are meant to witness. There are people who are meant to put the word out. Everyone has a vital role in this moment in time. And that could be just listening to the victims and changing your worldview so that in future you can see signs or help. Maybe that's all you have to do right now. Just not deny and keep your heart open, even though what you're letting in is basically the scum of hell. The thing it exists. And we have to do everything we can. And I don't want to demonize people who are afraid to speak up, but I am angry at those who deny the victims. That's really all that I want people to understand. Don't deny it. Hi, Storm. Buns Avid Gamer. Hello. I'm okay. What about you? Imposing anything on another human unless it's necessary. Consequences for crime should never be allowed. Yeah. Fortunately, this is the world we live in, and sadly, I never see it changing. Lead us to salvation, Jerry. No cults, no cults. You are the one who is showing up here. So, Shrek, for example, look, I thank you, and I'm very glad that you found the place where you can find some calmness or some community, because that is the point of this. But eventually, I hope you understand, all of you, that you are the one who decides to come and chat. You're the one who decides to show up. You're the one who decides to listen. And you don't have to agree with me, but at least we're not, fighting. Because there's a few chats out there that are really out of control at the moment, and I'm so grateful for you guys that you're nice and that you listen. And that you sometimes challenge me as well, because I don't want it to be an echo chamber in here. Wisdom. But yeah, at the end of the day, you are the one who is doing all the hard work, okay? It's not me, it's you. Silly phone and autocorrect. My phone suddenly has the English and the Dutch keyboard in one. And I don't know why, but it's upsetting me. Is that a conspiracy theory, that the keyboards on phones are getting worse? Ooh, lion's mane mushroom and turkey tail mushrooms right now. Ooh, I've seen a lot of mushrooms. Mushrooms? Is it just mushrooms? I feel like there's another word at the moment. I wish I could eat them, but I'm not good at eating mushrooms. I think it was 50 grams. Yeah, Blue. Why did I look it up? Oh, because I know I think I found a place where there's a lot of wild garlic, and I thought, why not, be the law-abiding citizen that I am and look up the rules. I wish I didn't, because now I can't deny that I know the rules. But yeah, you have to have like a little tiny little container, and you're not allowed to take more. Which I get though. I get it. I get it. This is a little country, and we really don't have that much nature, and humans are really stupid when it comes to the how do they call it? I always forget how they call it because it doesn't make any sense. Like they like vacuum the forest, I think, or that is what it sounds like to me. They sweep the forest. That is what they do. So I don't know. Trombone loners, rise and prosper. Honestly, I feel like millennials were trained for this moment in time. And even the childless like thing, I feel like we were made for this time and for revolution. Am I the only one? My kitten is both the most innocent soul in the world at the same time as being the most criminal soul in the house. Discuss. Oh, family of Winston. It's family of Winston wisdom. Pretty sure. Silly cat. My day is going reasonably well. Oh, Telemere, hi! I did see you come by, but I'm yapping a lot. How are you doing? I need to do that because I'm really upset about the keyboard thing. I'm a bit cursed, Basriel. If you didn't realize it, yeah, I'm a bit cursed when it comes to technology. Do you see now? I cannot. If I had actual computer setup and stuff, I don't deal with that because it crashes on me. It doesn't like me. It's like the sun. We don't do well together. This is the best solution. Oh no. I agree with everything you say without question. Oh God, Loop. No, that's wrong. No, always question. Question everything. Question everyone. Question yourself. Question me. Question your cats. Ask questions, because it seems like if you're not allowed to ask questions, that is probably the first sign of something being wrong. I feel like 30 days. Oh God, sorry. That is a lot of days. Fungi. I knew it. Thank you, Blue. Thank you. Literally, I break down and cry at my job, and I say I'm depressed to my parents, and I say I don't know what to do. Do you know why you're depressed? And I'm not saying that as in the little answer, but is that because of the way the state of the world, Shrek? Is that because of something else that has already been going on? Because if it's the state of the world, you are having the appropriate response, and I am in the same position. It's really depressing to wake up in the morning and know that my supposed job is to read books and to sit here and be pretty. It's insane. I had a little cry about that this morning as well, because I was like, how am I supposed to do this with everything I know? Because in my head, it's not just the files, but I have for years and years already had statistics in my head about indigenous women disappearing, child marriage in parts of the world that we don't see in the news that often, because who the hell cares, of trafficking. The things that are going on in this country, like, that's already in my freaking brain. So if you're upset about the state of the world, valid. What can you do about it? Not a lot, except make it comfortable. Take good care of yourself. Don't blame yourself. Don't punish yourself. Find a balance between this is what I have to do, but this is not going to end the world if I don't, because it's a little bit more important that I have a little bit more sleep. Honestly, the people who are not freaking out are freaking me out, if you know what I mean. Hello, a gay elephant. How are you doing? So they're blaming me that I'm here. What do you mean? Did you change your name? Were you here before? Some producers have noticed that English is so commonly used for non-native English speakers that they've created a combined. I don't like it, Telemere, because it makes really silly mistakes, and I'm already a mistake. I mowed a lawn once that was mostly wild onions. I should have put on a gas mask. Oh no, blue! Oh, that must have smelled delicious! I love onion and garlic. Ah, it's the best. It's the base of pretty much every meal. I'm not eating very well at the moment, I have to say. I don't trust anything anymore. Thumbs up for pastry crust and not for typing. Agreed, wisdom! Yeah, I agree with unicorn. Um, the previous generation is fascinating to me. It's really really fascinating. I wish I'd had some literature, but I'm afraid that I'll have to wait a little bit longer for that. Charlie Kirk. People say I look like him, and I don't know who he is. Okay, I didn't know about Charlie Kirk until he was no longer with us. But what I do know about him is not good. It's not good. Um, but I don't want to condemn someone I don't know personal details about too much. I just know that it seems like he wasn't. Although, I'm sorry, I have a million thoughts. Erica is a character, isn't she? Whoa, the phone call or something that was leaked or whatever. Don't ask questions, interrogate, and remember that everyone always has more to reveal. Keep pushing until the breaking point. Bad advice. You sound like the Winchester boys, Delamere. Millennials accidentally cut the short end of the stick. That should radicalize them. I mean, Elephant, don't you? It was someone listed it like all the apocalypses, like wars, divorce, internet, latch being a latch kid, but then also like the housing. It's impossible to even buy a house or buy groceries. Children are just not even. Who has the money? We were made for revolution. I feel like. But look, say up, gather your own opinion. Considering his mention gathers a lot of opinions that are charged. Yeah. That's I thank you, unicorn. Thank you. I don't know how to respond to that. Elephant. It's too soon. Too soon. It's not funny. Don't laugh. No one cares about my feelings. The people everywhere, they look at me, they look disgusted. I'm so sorry that's happening to you, Shrek. First off, pretty sure you don't deserve that from strangers or anyone. But I don't think that no one cares. I don't think that no one cares. Maybe you are in a moment in time where it feels very heavy, and maybe it is true that you currently in your life, in this moment, which is just a tiny little speck of the total, maybe that is true, but you have not yet met all the people that are going to and are already loving you somewhere down the timeline. People make fun of also of the way I pronounce my words. Lean into it. Lean into it, Trek. The relief that has come from just not caring that I'm silly and I'm silly. And also not always good with my words. Lean into it. People can't bully you with things that you don't care about. If you lean into it, what movie is it where that girl says I'm fat Amy and the skinny girls are just like, yeah, why did you just say that? Because so now you can't anymore. And if you do, I owned it. Do you know that scene? She calls herself, I was so impressed. And that really changed something in my brain chemistry. Like, oh, right. And often when people feel the need to bring other people down, that means that they are already on that level. And they hate it because they are emotionally immature for whatever reason. I'm not saying they're evil, but like for whatever reason, if someone feels the need to pull someone else down, they are very low emotional, what is that, EQ? And you are doing better. Their bad behavior is actually in a twisted way, prove that you're actually doing something good, at least in their eyes, and they can't have that because you're doing well in their opinion, or in how they perceive that is that you take away from them. There's an awful lot of people who don't understand that if you light a candle with a candle, that the other candle doesn't go out. And in fact, you can light all the candles in the world with just one. A lot of people don't understand that. They think that if you have something, that means if you've taken something away from them. It's not always about you. And that is really hard to wrap your mind around, especially because it feels so awfully personal. Like when I was being bullied as well, yes, it hurt and I cried about it and I was upset and I was scared. But also in the back of my mind, I understood it can't be about me, because the way they treat me and the way they think about me isn't who I am. They don't know me. So it can't be. It's often a projection. But that takes a while to actually internalize, to grab that awareness of it's not about me, and I mean that in the sense not from God dang it. I mean that in the sense of literally, not. I'm not trying to imply that you're playing the victim. I mean that just literally. People are revolution. I don't like violence though, and I don't like a lot of people together. So it's gonna be a very weird. Where is that? Honestly, Loop. No, I'll tell you. I have been thinking so much about wanting to join a protest so I can give everyone a flower crown. I want to give people flower crowns because when Hannibal was still going, the fans put on the flower crowns and put flower crowns on the characters because it helped with the horror of it all. I have been thinking about that. So if you go to a protest, could you wear a flower crown for me? That would be, you would make my year. Toulouse, Toulouse, Toulouse. That's your own whisker. Sometimes my cat doesn't understand that she has whiskers, and then she sees it and she's like, Toulouse. Okay, she's okay again. I was here longer, American with occasional insomnia. Oh, okay. Do I remember your name? I don't know. It's okay. I thought I maybe missed your message, your first message, and I would have gone back if that was the case. Thank you so much for the follow, Sniper Joe 17. Hello. Hope you're having a good day. Sam, Dean, and Adam. Adam! Vladimir! No. No. They did him dirty. You can't just throw Adam in here. He's in hell. Oh, Shrek. Automutilation is the clinical term for what that is, what you are doing. Auto being the self, and mutilation is what it is. I used to do that when I was a teenager, and the last time I did that was somewhere in my 20s, and that was a very low point in my life, and that's not good. That is indeed a sign that maybe, if it's possible, you should go to your GP at the very least. I had a doctor, a family doctor, once, who knew that I couldn't pay for therapy, and he made me come back to his office every week so he could check up on me, and I didn't have to pay for therapy charges. So that's what I want to ask you first. Can you contact a doctor? And again, I did this too when I was a teenager and in my early 20s last time. Not good. You need someone to help you. But I will tell you the silver lining of that symptom and that behavior, that desire to hurt yourself. It means you want to be alive. It means that you don't want to die. It means that your head thinks that you are, and you are trying desperately to do something about the pain that is inside, that you can't touch, that you can't reach, and put it somewhere else, make it more tangible, because you can put a band-aid on a wound on your skin, but you can't fix your heart when it's broken. You can't stitch back together that your brain when it starts to split, because reality is just fucking ridiculous. It's a sign that you want to be alive. But please try to find places where you can find help. Let me real quick check if it was this website. Technically, this is men's mental health, I think. But loop. This is a website that was set up by someone who lost someone to self-exit, and on the day of their 10th anniversary, this brother of that man launched this website where you can, if you need to, read a letter that someone else wrote to help you stay. You could also write a letter yourself. I wrote a few the day that it came out. I didn't put my name in there, so it could be any message. But if you are having a hard time and you can't afford one, I can't either at this moment. I can't do anything about this. No, Shrek, that's not true. If going through emotions is all you can do, do that. I literally have Live Just Breathe on my wrist, because on the hardest days, all I could do was just breathe. I couldn't move. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. All I could do was lie in bed and just breathe. Go through the motions. That's not a bad thing. If you have to do something with tears in your eyes and barely able to hang on to the day, but you are hanging on to the day. You're doing it. You're proving it. You can do it. And it will get better. I know that's a cliche, but it's a cliche for a reason. It will. It really will. And you're here. You're showing up for yourself. You've got this, all right, Shrek? You're out in nature, which is really where I feel most comfortable these days anyway. So keep going. If anything, just do that, right? A certain chord is to stress the lazy oiks with this new character. Stop. How do you what? Attempts to bake a flower crown, but ends up with a top and made of. Oh, okay, I get it. You could give those to. I leave it up to you, wisdom, and move up to who you will give those. It is a sensitive topic, yeah. Sometimes people are suffering so much. Being around is worse for some. I get why people do it, and people that call themselves sucks. Everyone is just trying to survive. That is very vital to understand. That first and foremost, everyone you meet in life is trying to survive. Now, unfortunately, it's as it turns out, there's a whole lot of people who have a rather twisted way of doing that. But everyone is trying to be happy. Everyone is. I promise you. It's just that some of us are messed up, right? Some of us are really should be locked on an island to themselves, I guess. It's my blue hour. There will be new flowers. What does that mean, Shrek? And again, if you're upset and you can't actually attach it, wisdom, laughing, why? Stop. I'm serious. If you're struggling with being just alive, genuinely, that is nothing but to be expected. With everything that's going on, even if you're not following it, it's in the air, it's everywhere. It's the undertone of conversations. It's so, the energy of everything is so dense at the moment. So try to forgive yourself, Shrek, right? It's gonna be okay. Maybe not now, maybe not next week, maybe not next month, maybe not even next year, but it will get better. And all you have to do is go through the motions and do what is best for you. Now, I'm not going to say stop the auto-mutilation because, like I said, I did that. And I did that because I didn't want to die. But my heart and my soul and my brain were screaming for the pain to end. So that is what happens with auto-mutilation. You try to displace that feeling. You try to hurt yourself in a way so that you don't want to die anymore. Because you don't. You don't. You just want the pain to stop. And sometimes it's easier to create more pain. That's the only tool you have. I haven't done it since I was, I think, 23, and that is 11 years ago now. There is an end to this, right? The secret to happiness is whimsy. I regret not putting my flower crown on. Tomorrow I will put on my flower crown, all right? Streak. Erin has been saying that people are naked. And I thought that was really funny. Selfish is not inherently bad. Selfish can mean self-care, setting boundaries, and or practicing take-care. Yeah, this is true, unicorn, and I'm only now learning that. It's silly. It's silly. I was told that was the bad selfish. Oh, you want to sleep? What do you mean? I don't know. I'm a boy and I'm 18. I hate being a man this age. This day and age, because we're expected to be tough and I can't cry, so I hold it in. Listen, to me, there's nothing more mature than someone who is not only in touch with their emotions but able to express them. And strength and being tough is worth nothing if it is not balanced with tenderness and the ability to be gentle. You don't have to be anything, Shrek. You don't have to be anything. The only thing you have to be is alive. And try not to hurt yourself and others. I know that is maybe not possible completely in this moment in time. But this is your life. All right, this is your life, and as long as you don't do things that some people in the world are apparently doing, you're gonna be fine. Oh, I love that. The meaning of blue hour is the depressed time, and new flowers mean there will be new joy in the future. Have you ever tried getting yourself actual flowers? Shrek, or anyone? I forgot. But I usually have fresh flowers. And wait, you forage. You can go get yourself some flowers, maybe somewhere. Surely there's something out there. Maybe just a nice branch arrangement. Get yourself flowers. Don't wait for people. Don't wait for people to do that stuff for you. Do it for yourself. Teach yourself what it means to be taken care of by someone else. Do the things for yourself that you would do for someone else, or that you would want someone else to do for you. Practice having the life that you want. And guess what? As you practice having the life that you want, you'll find that you're very slowly but surely just easing into that life, actually. But give yourself time. Give yourself time and forgive yourself for having a hard time, because the world is a freaking mess, man. I hate happiness. Bah, humbug. Elephant. I recently read that for the first time in my life, and it was amazing. I love Dickens. Oh, right. Oh, I missed that loop. Yeah, no, yeah, that's true. You were referring to other people. Other people are projecting. Even the word humbug is a happy word. I love that word. Oh, no, did I just break my freaking... I hope I didn't. I'm not going to check. Crying is a strange science. I find myself totally unable to cry at sad things in reality, but if you sit me down and make me watch the original and animated Lion King movie, I'll fill the surface area of your floor with tears. Hey, that's a good one. If you need to cry, which is actually scientifically somewhere, probably you can find that it's good for your system. So watch a sad movie. That can be a relief sometimes. I consider myself masculine. I cried three times watching the Muppet Show this week. Oh, elephant! I love that. I love that. Being tough is an interesting concept, because what does it mean? I'm thinking about The Rock in his tutu, in The Tooth Fairy. Isn't he tough? Really, strength without muscle, without flexibility. What are you gonna do, right? If you're working out and you just work out to be buff, but you don't stretch, you're gonna be so useless. I used to follow this guy who had that mindset that he just wanted to be buff, and he never really stretched, and he kind of walked into a wall at some point because he couldn't even put his arms next to his body because he was too buff, and he got into stretching, and it's really funny to see. But yeah, he had a lot of muscle, but he was completely useless. So remember that being tough is only worth as much as you are as you are able to be gentle. And we all need to practice that trick. So what are you going to do today? Or maybe tomorrow to practice that? And that can be as simple as literally allowing yourself to be sad without guilt, without shame, without feeling the pressure that you should get over it and yourself. It can be as easy as that, as just sitting with, I am depressed and I need to nurture myself. I need to put a blanket over my shoulder and walk around like I'm a ghost for a week, and eat bad things, to have ice cream for dinner, French toast for breakfast. These are the small things. But if you're having trouble taking care of yourself, ask yourself, what would I do for a loved one? Reads Loop's message and again shouts, Rambo, for launching a precise airstrike on the kitten. Oh my gosh. Wisdom is going berserk. Yeah, define your own meaning for being a man. The consensus of being a man modern day is twisted and not healthy at all. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I actually once got some foxglove to grow. My favorite flowers to look at. Ah, what? What? How did you do that, Blue? You're a magician. I swear. It's okay, Shrek. You be good to yourself, all right? Makes me think like I'm not gonna go into it today, but this subject, feeling like you have to be tough and are not able to have emotions, being a man or identifying with a masculine energy, the struggle that men experience with that is really rooted in patriarchy, and that is very uncomfortable and really annoying. But that is why the way society is set up at the moment is really harmful, not just for women but also for men, and that breaks my heart. It really breaks my heart that there's so many people who feel like they're not allowed to have feelings. Walk around like a ghost. I do this. I love it. We should have a cry party. Loop, what do you say? We just have a pajama 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 party, and we all cry. Everyone, even the boys, all the girls and the boys put on the worst mascara that we can find, and we just cry. I bet it will be amazing. Thank you for the follow, Unicorn. Welcome in. Does no one do this? I should drink some water. Thank you, Gnarly. Oh, I didn't even fill it. When is Valentine's Day? When is Valentine's Day? Because I was actually planning on having an anti Valentine's Day. Oh, on a Saturday. Do we want to do something for Valentine's Day? If you bottle the tears, you could sell them. Nah, I remember something about bathwater. No, I'm not doing that. Eee, that makes me think of Hannibal again. The guy in the series that catches the tears of of people and puts it in like of children and of women. He's so scary, and he puts it in his what is it? His martini or something. Thank you so much for the follow, Mamsie. How are you doing? Hope you're having a good time. And if not, that's okay too. At least here it is. Elephant. Hold on. I need to copy that and write it down on paper so I can lodge it in my brain. I love that. Thank you for your sympathy for the emotionally incontinent. Emotionally incontinent? How did you come up with that? That is genius. I love that. That's amazing. This is Jerry pulls up puffs. I need to go up his chest and does stuff bicep poses before being completely taken out by a kitten with zero navigation skills and ill-disciplined flappy paws. Oh, why flappy? What do you mean? I have a very weird image with that. Wait, what? I wanted to say something. Nah, it doesn't matter. It's just a flyaway thought. Thank you for the inspiration, Elephant. I love that. I am a man and I don't cry. My tears just do their thing. That's bound. I have nothing to do with my tears. Oh gosh. Oh, camera empty. Well. All right. Well then. I'm being told off by my own phone. That's great. Let's do something for Valentine's Day, but like not like a couple things because I don't want to. I am not in a couple. I am held hostage by my cats. So, you know, I need something else. Emotionally incontinent. That's just alexithymia? What is that? Telemere. What? What? Alexithymia, also called emotional blindness, is a neuropsychological phenomenon characterized by difficulties processing or describing one's emotions. Alexithymia occurs in approximately 10% of the population and often co-occurs with various mental or neurodevelopmental disorders. It is often associated with difficulties in attachment and interpersonal relations. I don't think they connect, but I love that I now have that word in my brain. Wow, thank you, Telemere. What? Interesting, interesting. Um, Loop. Oh my god. Wisdom, wisdom. Can you give him a tiny little what are they called? One of those bags. I have been thinking about getting one of those miniature tabletop what is it? Oh no, I shouldn't do this if I don't know what I'm talking about. I shouldn't start the sentence. Pool? Is it pool? Play the game with the with the balls on the table. I haven't slept that much, so I'm not really sure what I'm still talking about anymore. Do you know the tiny little things with the balls, and you have like a stick? You have ones you can put on a table, and I was thinking about getting that for Winston because I'm pretty sure he likes it. In Chicago, where Al Capone had a bunch of people massacred on Valentine's Day, I had no idea that happened, but let's not. Let's not. I don't know. I don't know. We have a few, well, days, I guess, left because it's next Saturday. Oh gosh. Um, the game with the balls on the table. I'm sorry, Wisdom. I feel so uncomfortable with everything because every billiards. That's actually elephant. That is one of the two. I have never actually seriously. I did, but it was a long time ago, and I failed. I hurt people. I'm not safe. Um, I'll try to think for something for Valentine's Day. I need to go. I'm losing brain power. The Hungry Hippos game. What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Do you have it for yours? I think I recognize it. I didn't have a childhood. What are you supposed to do? I'm talking about this. I feel so uncomfortable with so many words at the moment. I'll share it. It was billiards. Um, Original 80s game. I read books. I just read books. I didn't do anything. Oh, this is unavailable. I was trying to find the price. But I was thinking about getting something like this for Winston, but I'm unsure. He might be very annoying. There's a bunch of balls in the middle of a board and four mechanical hippo heads that can reach out and nom them. Winner finishes with most balls. Oh, okay. Well, I don't think I played that as a kid. But I have to say that he's not very. He doesn't really want to play anymore these days. He just wants to go outside for walks because we go very well a mini pool. I'm so confused. My brain is just starting to shut down. So pool, I see a swimming pool in front of my face. Uh, hmm. So yeah, we've been going on very long walks. And he really isn't interested in playing. I'm afraid not that much. With Toos, it's going better. They're playing more and more. They're finally learning. Well, Winston is finally getting old enough to understand that he has to be the adult, even though Toulouse is way older. She's like 9, and Winnie is almost well is 1.5, I guess. He has to be smarter, and he has to understand that Toulouse doesn't speak cat, and it's finally starting to balance. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I just didn't understand. It's okay. You're okay. Nothing to worry about. Like eight. What is eight ball pool? Oh, no. I went once. All right. I went once to, and there was a a table with a green thingy, and there were like the colored balls and the white ball, and I I wasn't good at it. I had a lot of fun, but apparently it's really not done to shoot the balls off the table, and I kept doing that, so I had to stop. I wasn't allowed. I was allowed to watch, but I wasn't allowed to touch the balls anymore. So think snooker but different. No, I don't. What is snooker? I read books. I read books, and I read books. Oh, and I worked with horses as a kid. And as a teen, I didn't go out. I really didn't. Wasn't safe. It's still not safe. No, it wasn't. The only reason they didn't get upset because I was the only girl. Otherwise, they would have. You should have seen the faces of these guys because they got upset and then they saw my face like, oh, sorry, and then they were like, oh, in that case, but don't do it again. And then I did it again, and then I stopped because I thought they're gonna hit someone. It's not gonna be me. Ice snooker, ice skating. I want to go ice skating, and I still have a few months left to go inside, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the energy. Speaking of which, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'll be back tomorrow though, and then we're gonna do things. Stay alive for one. Breathe and try to go through the motions. Please be safe and take care of each other. Please, please. Oh, but before I go, thank you so much for the follows, Blake and Isa Poloneski. Welcome. I'm so sorry you have to go. Look at the schedule to see what it means when I say I'll be back tomorrow at noon. I will be working on things that I should have done this week. But you know what? Life is really hard at the moment. So please forgive yourself if you're struggling and if you're a little bit behind and you're not really getting around to the things that you would like to do. It's all okay. It's not the end of the world. If the world is ending, it's not going to be our fault. I can promise you that. So, I love you. Let's take a sip of water before we go. I gotta fill it. And I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.